music.
Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw, guys. We are live. It is Friday. It is a beautiful day down here in the Mississippi. How is everyone? How is everyone? Hope everybody's having a good day. We are short, $500,000 short. We are up about $7,000 profit right now. This trade was given to you live in real time in the VIP Discord yesterday as I took it. So congratulations to those who took it. We're going to go through it. We're going to see what we expect. But first, let's see who's here. Oh, and by the way, we are giving away 500 USDT live on stream today to a Raw crew member. So if you are in the Raw crew, VIP crew, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Throw one in chat. Let me know you're here. But all Raw crew members are eligible for the Wheel of Destiny. We're going to give that away here in just a little bit. Let's get through a few things first. Let's see who's here. Jack. What's up, bro? LT, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Johnny number 5. Chris, what's up, bro? How those trades going for you, man? I know you're kind of learning. I think you're doing well. Let me know. Mighty Max. Guns up, Max. Salt Chain. What's up, crew? Salt Chain. Get the wrench ready. We have a $500 giveaway today. We may have some invaders coming in. West Coast. What's up, Moy Marcus, man? Good to see you on stream, brother. Impacts. What's up, dude? You're on the Wheel of Destiny. Impacts is on it. Clarence, you're on it, bro. What's up? Oh, Clarence, man, banging down some trades in Discord. I like it, man. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. Hawkborn. Hawkborn, I got one for you, man. I got one for you. Let's see, bro. Right here. Little gym motivation for you. I took yesterday for you, but we weren't here yesterday. Boom. Got the guns up, had the tats on display at the gym yesterday. Today was leg day. Gosh, I'm still a little nauseated, man. Gosh, not feeling it. I'm looking small in my old age, man. I'm 45 years old, guys. I'm 45. Looking small. Hanging in there, though. Hanging in there. I have different priorities now. Different priorities. I used to want to look jacked, and I used to want to have the six-pack, and now I just kind of want to live. I kind of want to be functional. It's so different. Let's see. Eons. Morning. Tyrex, what's up? What's up? All right, everybody. Thumbs up the stream. Throw a 1 in chat. $500 USDT giveaway. We are in a $500,000 trade. We've realized about $3,600, a little over $3,600 profit on this Bitcoin short. I did give you this yesterday in Discord. Here it is. This is when I got in it. I was so bored. It has been so boring the last few days that I was down on the 6-minute. I don't even scalp. You guys know me. I'm 4 hour, 6 hour, 24 hour, 2-day weekly. I'm a bigger day trade guy, but I was so bored. I was down on the 6-minute scalp trading yesterday. We got the 6-minute Damien Pro signal. Bjorn lined up with it. You can see at the time, trace me down, guys. At the time, and we can look at it live on the chart, but at the time we got the 6-minute short signal on Damien Pro. Volatility was headed up. Stochastic was headed down. I entered the trade. I was literally like hoping to make $200 or $300. I mean, I went really high margin. So I was hoping to make maybe $500, and this turned into a $7,000 trade and counting. So you just never know. You just never know. But that's how I got in it. Damien Pro, which you can only get at anthonyleeraw.com in combination with Bjorn. And I have Q&A videos on this, how to use them in combination. You can't beat it. Come on over, anthonyleeraw.com. I've also pinned a comment in chat. Click on the indicators tab and get your Damien or Damien Pro or all of our indicators right here, raw premium indicators. You won't find a better indicator. Matter of fact, I still have the challenge to anybody. I'm going to give away another $500 if you can find me a better indicator on the 6-hour Bitcoin time frame than this Damien Pro indicator, guys. You just can't do it. And these look like small moves, but this is a 6-hour time frame. These are not small moves. I mean, this long right here, that's a 6% move, guys. These are big moves. You just can't find a better one. But it's an open challenge. I've issued this to anyone. And people say, don't use indicators. Well, everybody uses indicators. But find one that gives it to you better than this. and I will give you $500, and we'll call it a referral fee, because if you can do better than this on an indicator, then I want that indicator. So I will happily pay you a $500 referral fee if you can beat this on the 6-hour time frame, or the 4-hour, or the daily. I don't really care. I'm not interested in your 1-minute signals, though. I don't scalp trade. All right, let's see. Salt Chain says, I'm still jacked. Thank you. I do try. It's tough. I don't work out like I used to. I'm not as strong as I used to be. But that's okay. I'm stronger than most 45-year-olds, I think, and that's okay. I don't even care about that, really. I don't compare myself to other people. I'm strong enough to function with my dogs and the kids, and on the homestead, I can go chop the firewood. I can get out there and harvest the potatoes. I can do all that stuff. It has been really boring, Salt Chain. I know it has been really, really, really boring. But we're here, and we're getting through it, guys. All right, let's move it on. By the way, I bought some more fetch today, and some of you know, especially if you're in the VIP Discord, and if you don't know, pay attention. Here's how you can significantly increase your gains. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin in just a minute, but I want to make you some money here. What we do on coins like fetch, which I'll show you, I bought more, is we spot trade in the VIP Discord. Now, we haven't been doing a lot of spot trading lately, because to spot trade, you need choppy price action, right? Let me turn Damien off here. Let me turn that off. You need choppy price action, right? You need, I'm on the daily time frame, but you need to be able to, and listen, this is how you can literally, I'm not exaggerating, depending on what kind of money you're initially investing with, this is how you can make life-changing gains, in my opinion. I've done this. I've shown this. I've done this. But like, let's say you start out investing, I started out with $50,000. This is all documented in VIP Discord, okay? I don't remember where I started, but it doesn't matter. Let's say you started here with 50 grand, you bought, right? And this is how you make significantly, life-changing money without investing a nickel more. You learn to spot trade and get in the VIP Discord. I'm going to continue to do this on a couple of coins. You buy here, you ride up, you sell there, you come back here, you rebuy, you resell, rebuy, sell, buy, sell, buy, rinse and repeat. You do this, guys, and we have methods of doing this, and I almost 4x'd my holdings since we started this on February 1st, okay? We started this on February 1st with $50 or $55,000. I have to go back and look. It's in Discord, though, under the Altcoin channel, my Altcoin TA. Go look, and we drove it up to $200,000, okay, without investing a single nickel more, just by doing this. So now, if I get on a coin, let's say fetch AI 10x's. I don't know, maybe at 5x's, maybe at 100x's, who cares? Let's say at 10x's, I'm now going to make 40x on my initial investment because I've 4x'd my initial holdings. So, right, 10x times my 4x profit that I've made, I'm now going to 40x for investing not one penny more. And that's how you do it, guys. And that's how I did it last cycle, and that's how we're doing it this cycle. And I'm not done. I plan to I have almost 1.2 million fetch coins, okay? And all this is documented. I'm going to show you right now my buys, where I started buying, okay? Started accumulation buying, not spot trading. And by the way, the reason we haven't been, if you're in Discord and you wonder why we haven't been doing these trades here lately, it's because in order to do this, you have to have chop, right? And you need to understand this. You have to be able to buy here and go up and sell, right? Buy, go up and sell. And you just can't do that here over the last, I don't know, 2 months. There's no go up to sell. There's no go up to sell. It's just been kind of waterfall down, so you can't do that here, right? But once we start this choppier price action again, boom, we're going to turn the accumulations back on, guys. And I got you. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. I got you. I'm just not going to tell you to buy here when I think it's fixing to do that. Because then when it does go up and you have to sell there, you're still selling for a loss. Anyway, so I started my actual holdings accumulation with my profits last month in June. And here's some of my buys. Started them June 13th. Look at this, guys. 400 and this column right here. These are my buys, okay? These are my actual buys. And you can see right here the status, the green and red, canceled. There's always a dash by canceled, so it's a blank space. And these others are filled. These are filled buy orders, okay? I mean, I started out with over 900,000 right here on June 13th. 2 orders, 500,000 and 418,000. And I've just added to it a couple hundred there, 4,000 there, 7,000 there, 7,000 there. Another 78,000 there, another 116,000 there, all the way up until like literally today. I bought more today. I bought 448 coins today. I know it's a random number. It's really random. I had a few extra USDT in my Kraken account. I just converted it over. I bought 7,400 yesterday. We did a trade yesterday in the VIP Discord, or 2 days ago in the VIP Discord. We did a live trading stream. And here's another thing you can do. We did this live, guys. We went live for the VIP Discord, and I got in a trade, and I made $2,000, $2,100. So what I did was I took 50% of this. I just took half. I took $1,000. I sent it over to Kraken, and I bought almost 8,000 coins. So now if fetch 10x's from here, well, I just 10x'd my profit, my free profit. So just putting it back in for some spot holds. Anyway, we have about 1.2 million coins now, guys. So fetch coins. If it went to 350 last cycle. I have my targets. I have my fetch videos. Jump on over if you guys want to watch videos I've put out on Altcoins. Check the search feature. You could type in fetch. Pulls up all my fetch videos, whatever you're on. If you're into AVAX, type in AVAX. Pulls up the AVAX videos for you, price predictions, bull run price, all that good stuff. Anyway, enough about that. Enough about uh-oh. I did not mean to turn the countdown back on. Join us in the VIP crew. Do your thing, Salt Chain. Salt Chain is going to post the link for the VIP crew, and we're giving one of you guys $500 today. All right, so what are we looking for Bitcoin? Let's dive on let's see. Ben Shaw snuck in here on me. What's up, bro? Did you ever find that ticker for that whatever base coin you were talking about? Alien base? I couldn't find the ticker. I need the ticker, bro. You super chatted me last time. I will always look at your super chats, but I couldn't find the ticker, and you didn't give it to me, so. Fetch has been holding up really well. Everything looks red this morning. Yeah, Fetch is holding up. But if Bitcoin gets his leg down, Fetch is not going to hold up. But that's okay. I think this is it. I think we're ripping the Band-Aid off now. And this is it, guys. And we've discussed that. And we're going to talk about why the bottom is in for Bitcoin. The herd is wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will come out and give a public apology and say I was wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. And I've given you all the reasons why. We're going to discuss a couple of those today. How's our trade doing? We're up about $7,200. You guys can see it down at the bottom ticker. I wish, and if anybody knows how to do this, let me know, but I don't think you can. I wish I could throw Damien and Bjorn and my personal indicators on the KCEX platform. I don't think you can do that. I've tried. I can't figure it out, but I'm not very technologically advanced, so maybe I'm missing something. So look at the monthly chart, guys. All right, here's the monthly chart we put out at the end of July. We called for this move up. We were looking for this move up. We put this out on July 30th. We were looking for this move up, then a move down. Here's our prediction. This is based on historical data. We slightly ran our box, and that's cool. It happens. This is a historical average, and I really have to explain this in crayon to people sometimes, that an average is just that. I mean, sometimes you came here, and this is the average. It doesn't mean you always came in this box. So we're pretty dang close. I would call this a win. We did trade this up. In fact, I am still long. From 57.7K. So I'm still long there. Anything I do, any short that I take against this is just a hedge. I mean, not a very good hedge because I've closed out most of that trade, but it's a hedge nonetheless. And because most of the trades I'm shorting back I'm putting significantly more margin on than I have left open on that trade. So we're still looking for a move down. We've been calling for this. We've been in the symmetrical triangle, and I'm not a pattern bro, but you need to recognize symmetrical triangles. Those are important in my opinion because you build up liquidity to both sides, right? You build up liquidity to both sides. You got the relatively equal lows. You got the relatively equal highs. And you need to be aware of that because when you start breaking, and listen, people think because you break that, it means something like we've just broken that. That means nothing, guys. That means nothing. What means something is when you start breaking the lows, right? When you start breaking these wick lows, that's when you start triggering sell orders. That's when you start liquidating longs and stopping out longs. That's what matters. Yeah, this could be an early indication that's about to happen, but it doesn't really matter until you start triggering those. Once you trigger that, likely it's gonna create a gunpowder type reaction and shoot you into that one and shoot you into those two and then shoot you into that one. So you're gonna find something like this, a big old liquidation wick. I've been calling for this $1 to $1.5 billion liquidation is what I think is fixing to happen. You fix something like this, boom, just like that. Big, I mean, just a big, fast candle, and we're positioned short for it. I hope it happens today because I think that's all. I think that's it. Let me turn this prediction off, and I'll show you what else. Let's throw in our volume profile, value area range here. So that's going to send you right down. Let me turn it back on real quick. Look at that. Right down just below value area low. And I've been telling you guys this, and I could be wrong. I've been telling you for weeks. I think when you come down and take out value area low, your last wick is just below it. And I guess it depends on what exchange you're on. But either way, when you come down to 59 to 60K, guys, when you lose that value area low and you come down, you trigger all these stops, I think you're going to see a record, and I mean record number of shorts open up, late shorters, because everybody thinks we're going to 52K to 48K to 40K. Everybody thinks that. Because it's Q4, it's got to be Q4, it's got to be Q4, and I'm mocking them kind of, but gosh, dog, and maybe it does. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but can it really be that simple? Can it really be that simple? I know it always has, but in my opinion, there's reasons it's always been Q4. I can't see a reason. I feel like what matters more to market makers, to people that move investors, big investors, hedge funds, institutions. What matters more to those people? What day of the week it is? You know, are they sitting around looking at their calendar saying, "Oh gosh, we got to wait until October so that the herd can get on board with us"? Is that what matters to them? They're checking their watch. I just don't think they care about that. They care to wipe out as many people as they can possibly wipe out, in my opinion. A certain amount of losses, right? And we've covered this. Every single cycle, you have had 10.5 or 10.6 million coins on loss, and that's it. Why is that? It's because in my opinion, when you reach that point, everybody who's going to sell has sold. You got people that no matter what you do to price, lots of people, they're not selling. So you can only scare people so much into selling, and then you're left with the people that are not selling no matter what you do, right? So there's only a certain amount of price or coins at a loss they can actually push down. And so that's why it seems to be 10.5, 10.6 billion, or million, seems to be the number. And on our last liquidation week down in June, late June, June 30th, I think, we hit 10.8, the most ever. And also, you can only scare the market so much. Like if somebody's scared to death, how can you scare them beyond death? You can't, right? And fear and greed, I know you just don't want to base everything on fear and greed, but you know, it's another metric that has always lined up. We've always hit 5 or 6. And it's kind of hard to see. It's over here. I'm trying to scroll it over. My scrolly thing stopped working. Anyway, we hit down here. We hit 5. We hit 5. And you can see every time we've come down 5 or 6. We've never gone below 5. So the maximum amount of fear ever was in the market. The maximum amount of supply and a loss ever was in the market. We had a bigger, this liquidation wick right Here, this let me clear this up a little. Sorry, guys. This liquidation wick right here, that one, I think. Yeah, that's our June 30th. That was bigger than FTX. That was bigger than FTX. The liquidations that came there was bigger than FTX. It didn't feel like it for some reason, but it was. The on-chain data supports that everything's been done. Let's look at structure, guys. So there you go, 10.6, 10.8, 10.5 million coins at a loss. Here's something that I'm not a big Elliott wave guy, okay? But I do know you have 5-wave and 3-wave moves, okay? Macro moves especially. Let's go look. I want to show you guys something pretty cool. First of all, look at Damien on the monthly here, guys. We have a confirmed, not even unconfirmed, not even pending, confirmed Damien monthly buy signal, guys. You've only ever gotten this 3 times in the past, now 4. This is confirmed. We don't have to wait. This is confirmed. Does it have to play out? No, I guess it doesn't. But let's look at the other 3 times it's played out. It has been the bottom every single time. You never went lower. Never, never, never. Also gave you the big tops. Gave you all the big tops. You just won't beat this indicator, period. I don't care what you try to do. You won't beat it. AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Get your indicator. Works on any time frame. But this is confirmed. This is confirmed. Throw that in with the massively oversold RSI, which there's no such thing as overbought and oversold. That is ridiculous. People that say that is not true. Overbought, it's called relative strength, right? It measures how much strength or weakness is in the market. It is not how many people are tired of spending, right? Or how many people are tired of buying, how many people are tired of selling. That is not what it means. Some of your biggest moves comes when RSI is an extreme oversold. That means extreme aggression is in the market, extreme buying pressure is in the market. It does not mean we're about to dump, especially on a higher time frame. Anyway, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this weekly time frame. Look at last cycle. I'm going to show you the difference. Everyone is comparing this cycle to last and how it looks the same. And it does. It looks like you could throw a bars pattern over it and the fractal looks near exact. But here's the difference. And here's what I think matters. Okay? You have this 5-wave move down. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look at this. When you came back here, let me throw a line on there. You did not take that low. You did not take that low until FTX. So this got dragged out, right? You didn't take the low, and then you took the low, right? And then, so you grabbed the liquidities, the liquidity grab that completed the 5-wave structure, but you're not going to leave and allow everybody just to grab the bottom like that and 100x long the bottom. So what happens? What happens? A couple weeks later, you roll up and roll over and grab that little bit of liquidity right there and then go, okay? So you swoop wave 3, completing wave 5, and then you liquidity grab and go, okay? But it took you until Q4 to do that. And also, by the way, when you did that at Q4, that is when that wick right there is when you hit your 10.6 million coins on a loss and fear and greed at 6. That wick right there. It took till that point in Q4 to reach that metric, okay? Okay? That's important. Now let's go look at current price action, okay? All right, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is where people are missing it. 1, 2, 3. Let's throw a line on it. Then you got the push up in 4. Guys, we've already come down and taken that. We've already taken out 3. Not only that, rather than let everyone 100x long this up to new highs, we did the same thing. We rolled over, liquidity grab, and go. I'm telling you, the structure is complete, and I could be wrong, and this thing could just go just like that. But the structure is complete. Not only that, we have already hit our there it is. This should be over here. 10.8 million coins on a loss, fear and greed 5. Everything is done. Everything is done. And there's a lot more to it than that. But those are the highlights. So we're fixing to see a move down to very, very low, in my opinion. In my opinion, we got the dang green box on here. We're looking for this trade. We've been looking for this trade. It's going to look like this. Coming down. Everybody's shorts. Everybody's trapped. Everybody's squeezed. That's it. And I'm going to open up at least a $500,000 long position here. I'm going to try to do a full $1 million, but at least a $500,000 long position is the plan anyway. Now, of course, it's not going to be a blind entry. When we get down there, we could just keep nuking, so I'm going to watch it. But that's the plan. Look at this, guys. Of all that speculation, this and that's all exciting to me. But this is even more exciting to me. This, I think, is the most important thing of all of them. On the left, we have stablecoin dominance, USDC and USDT stablecoin dominance. On the right, we have Bitcoin. You can compare this with your altcoins, whatever you want to do. We're on the monthly time frame. Well, check this out, guys. Check this out. If this doesn't get you excited, then you are unexcitable. We have the Damien indicator on the chart, okay? Damien indicator, and look at the calls here, okay? Look at the, again, the left is stablecoin dominance. This is a monthly confirmed sell signal, okay? And look what that lines up to. You can see the vertical lines as I'm hovering over on the left. You can see where it is on the Bitcoin chart. Boom, the bottom, guys. Last cycle, the bottom, right? And look at each one of these individual ones right there. I'm going to line them out for you guys so you can see right there. Big macro moves up, guys. Big macro moves up right there. Right there. This right here is confirmed. The month confirmed. We're not pending. We're not waiting till in August. This is confirmed. Now, this is the monthly time frame. It doesn't always, I mean, this takes months to play out. So that's one thing. Another thing that people get like a daily signal or a weekly signal or a monthly. And if it doesn't just moon within 72 hours, they're like, oh, it's a failure. It's invalid. No, this is a monthly chart. This is already confirmed. We have a confirmed monthly sell signal on the Damien indicator. It confirmed right here. And looking at this chart, I don't think that is the end of this move, okay? And it doesn't mean doesn't mean you don't just blast off right away. You can still pull back a little bit. Like even look right here. Oh, sorry about that. On this one right here, you still got a pullback. You opened up the following month and pumped up on stablecoin dominant 6%. And what did that translate to for Bittercorn? Bittercorn still opened up and moved down 16% before blasting off another 70% to the upside. So you can still get a little pullback and this signal be very, very valid. If you're just joining us, guys, we're giving away $500 today to one of the Raw VIP crew members. Wheel of Destiny coming up, guys. So this is the most exciting chart of all. And you can see I don't have Damien on the monthly on Bitcoin over here, but let's turn that on and just see what that would look like. And there you go. We have the confirmed monthly Damien signal on Bitcoin as well as the confirmed Damien sell signal on stablecoin dominance. And you could see, again, the last time we got this signal confirmed on Bitcoin, the bottom. The time before that, the bottom. And the only other time before that, the bottom, guys. I'm telling you guys, people are going to get wrong-footed. And maybe I'm wrong again. But you have to know, if you've been in this market for about at least 7-8 months, everybody up here at 126K was calling for 150K. There's no way it's over. Oh my gosh, you people are crazy. It's too early. It's too soon. We always go to November, December. We got 2 more months, blast off time. It was bullshit. And Damien gave it to you. It was bullshit, okay? Just like on the way down here, it's hard to see because we're on the monthly. Let's go to the weekly chart. Let me turn Damien off. I know it gets a little cluttered. Just like, and if you guys are following people, and I'm not saying everybody, but you hear the people, just even right here at 82K, people were calling, here we go, 90K, here we go, 100K, new all-time highs. It was a fake out, bull run. It really wasn't until we hit 60K that people finally started saying, okay, yeah, we're in a bear market. And I guarantee you, not everybody, but many people, we will be back in the 90s before they will acknowledge that the bear market is over. I'm telling you, the herd is always wrong-footed. They're breakout traders, they're breakdown traders, breakout investors, they're always late to the party. You have to read the writing on the wall. And in my opinion, the writing could not be more crystal clear. How's our trade doing? We're still up 7 grand. All right. Let's see what folks are saying. We're going to jump into some altcoins too. If you want to see some altcoins, we will throw the Damien indicator on some altcoins. Let me know. By the way, KCEX, KCEX trading.com. Get on over there. Right now, if you go to that link, KCEXtrading.com, they are doing a campaign for the Anthony Lee Raw crew. All you have to do is go to KCEXtrading.com. It's automatically going to put you on our team. You can get all this free kind of money. And here are their, here are the rewards. I'm logged into MEXC right now, or I would show you. But you just go to the Event Center tab at the top and New User Rewards, and you get all the regular free bonus money. Register an account, KYC, $100. Open a futures trade, $20, blah, blah, blah. Get all kinds of free stuff. But they're also doing the special for Anthony Lee Raw crew members, and that is this. That's in addition to the regular stuff. So get on over there, get you a new account. Lowest fees in the game, 0.01% market order fees. You can't beat that. There's no sense in limited ordering on that cheap of fees. Although if you do limit order, those are free. Max, the other Max, says, thanks, friend, for replying to my text last time. You're indeed different. You're welcome, bro. Text me anytime. That's right, Mario. Even if fetch goes lower, we buy more. We buy more. Stop listening to people. By the way, y'all know I get all about fetch because I hate it, mainly because I'm so invested in it, 1.2 million coins, that I hate. And if you're just joining us, I showed this on the stream earlier. Rewind the stream. I showed my fetch holdings and my fetch buys, all the individual buys I've been doing. But I don't like people just putting out stuff, and it's hard. Nobody does any research. Either that or they're dumb. I'm sorry, it's true. And I appreciate people putting out fetch content, but they should do their research. But you see everybody drawing these stupid lines, and they're like, oh, we're reaching support. We're at support. We're at resistance. No, you're not. None of that is true. You have to do all this on market cap, guys. I want you to understand what Fetch did last time. People are like, oh, just because we did this before, we're going back there. Like, everything takes off. Fetch has just got to do it. No, it doesn't have to do anything, okay? Right here, Fetch had 700 and I have it right here. I don't even got to draw it out. You need to understand this about whatever coin you're in. Fetch had 750 million coins. You now have 2.3 billion coins. You've tripled your circulating supply. So to get back to here, 350, you have to triple your market cap at that price. Let me give you an example. Perfect example right here on Fetch. Just 6 months later, 9 months later, whatever. Fetch did double the market cap. See right here, 2.6 billion. I'm going to show you in a second. Right here, you did 5.2 billion, but price was only 250, not 350, even though even though you had twice the market cap. So people just thinking Fetch is going to run back to 350 just because it always does. You got to triple that to do it again. So you have, it is a massive uphill battle. Watch. Remember, Fetch here was 350 and here was 250. So lower high, right? Okay, not. But people aren't going to show you this because people don't look it up. Look at the difference. Look at the market cap. Remember that lower high we just showed you? It was actually a higher high, but price was less because you added coins. So just because if market cap comes back to here, you are not going to be at 350 again. In fact, if you do the market cap you had at 350, I've put all this on there for you, you're going to be at 226. That's a big difference, guys. That's a big difference. That is your one-to-one retrace level based upon market cap and new circulating supply. You're going to be at 226. So, which I'm cool with that. I understand that going in, and I'm still investing in Fetch because I think it's going to do great. But I'm not under the delusion that it's going to be an easy walk in the park back to 350. It is not. It is not at all going to be an easy walk in the park. So be careful. And so what that means, guys, that your support and resistance are not the same. They're not the same. For example, this is a perfect for example. So people showing you support and resistance levels on Fetch, unfollow them. Unless they're showing you like local, like day to day, like what's happened in this little area right here, that's okay. But when they're showing you on the macro, they're like, oh, we got support right here. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because whatever your level was right here, you have 3 times more coins than you do now. So these levels do not match, right? And here's a good example right here on Fetch. I'm going to throw a line on here and look at what good support or resistance it was. Look at these. Look at these. Look. Boom. You can see this was clear all the way back here. Clear support, resistance, support. You see that level? Do you see that level? Obvious level of support and resistance, right? But look now. Well, what is it now? It's nothing. It's nothing. You knifed right through it. You knifed right through it. You knifed right. It's nothing now. It's nothing. So people comparing your support and resistance back here, unsubscribe. They have not done their research. They don't know what they're talking about. And they're going to have you buying and selling levels you shouldn't even be looking at, right? And the reason this level right here is nothing anymore is because you've changed your supply. So this actual level is right there. So it's lower, and that is a big difference. It doesn't look like much, but I mean, that's a 20% difference. So if you listen to somebody who told you to buy that support level, you could have bought 20% more if you just looked at market cap instead. Just make sure people are showing you that kind of stuff, guys. If they're not, then they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. I was telling somebody yesterday, somebody was like, oh, YouTube creators, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, bro, yeah, I may be kind of a YouTube creator, but I'm a professional trader. I literally started doing this for 2 reasons. Number one, I get bored. I get very bored. I'm not a scalper. I don't sit and take 37 scalps trades a day. I mean, I may take 1 trade a day, or I may take 1 or 2 trades a week, or I may go 2 or 3 weeks with no trades. So I get bored. But number 2, I got so tired of seeing people put out nonsense. Some of them because they don't know. Some of them are intentionally misleading you. Fraudster, scamming. I got tired of that. So I just created a channel. But I'm not a YouTuber I'm a trader who has a new YouTube channel. Big difference. And if you pay attention, you can tell the difference in those people. So anyway, look for your support and resistance levels on market cap. All is not lost, guys. We still have one level right here that we've almost come into, but not quite. We slightly ran this level, and it's kind of the same. I thought I put these on the other day, but I had these marked out, support and resistance levels. It's probably going to be your next one right there. This is an obvious one right there. And I just don't think we get lower than that. I don't think we get below those two. That's a 25% drop and a 50. We don't come down there. There's no way we come down there. This was your last bear. This is how bullish Fetch is. This is your last bear market low right here. You're not even close. You're not even close. You look a little closer on price, but you're really not. That's just dilution of the market through token. It wasn't really token unlocks. They had a merger with a couple other companies. But either way, supply got added to. Ben Shaw, ENA. I think it's too new. I think you and I have had this talk before. Hang on, sorry. Let me turn this alarm off. Stop. All right. I'll pull it up, but I think it's too new. And you guys, as you're requesting things from me, like I can't do anything with this. I could do a short term, like what's gonna happen, maybe happen, short term TA on this. But for me, and I've discussed this with you guys before. We're about to do the giveaway in a few minutes, guys. I've discussed this before. I would never invest in this. In order to invest, this coin's only been around for like 2 years. For me to invest in a coin, I want to see historical price action. I want to see a complete bear market and bull market, okay? Otherwise, all you have to go by here to invest in this is what they're telling you, the narrative, the fundamentals. Well, what if that doesn't play out? And I understand. Every coin has to start somewhere. I get it. And that's fine. There are people out there who take chances on that. I just don't. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm not always right. And I really don't care if I'm right or wrong on this. I just want to know. I want to know retrace levels. For example, we don't know this answer, but if we had previous price action, what do we have here? Like, did you have a bull run and a bear market and then a bull run, and now we're below previous bear market and we're in the macro downtrend? If that's the case, I can expect a retrace and down, right? But I don't know that. Or did it look like this? We had a bull run, then a bear market, then a bull run, and now we're holding structure in a macro uptrend. And so thus I might can expect a breakout to new highs. I don't know that. I can't tell that from the structure, and there's no way to tell that. So just for me, I would never touch a coin like this for investing. Now, that doesn't mean you can't drop down to the 15-minute time frame and trade this. But if you're talking investing, I can't do a prediction for you. There's no history. And I'll tell you another bonus for me about having coins with history. And I'm going to go back to Fetch. I don't care if you like it. But it's a good example. So I know on Fetch, even in the event of an underperformance, which I'm totally prepared with, I can say there's enough history here that it has liquidity built up. And if it's going to underperform, where is it likely to go? Besides market cap retrace levels, blah, 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 where's it likely to go? In looking at this chart, okay, we had the high, then we had a lower high, which was actually a higher high on market cap, right? We just discussed that. But let's look at liquidity here. All of this was grabbed. You grabbed any bit of liquidity that was here was grabbed with this high. None of this has been taken. So in my opinion, in an underperformance, we're at least going to grab that before rolling over, okay? So I know, nothing's certain, but worst case scenario, we're at least going to $1 on Fetch. And you just can't know that on something like ENA. You can't know it. Now, seeing this doesn't make it guaranteed, but if you play probabilities enough, you're going to win. Casinos, think about it, guys. None of the casino games are 100%, but who always wins? The house, because every game, the probabilities are in their favor, and over time, they're going to win more. Same thing here. Take your higher probability stuff, in my opinion, and you're going to be just fine. Oh, trade's moving up, guys. We're up over a little over 7 grand now. Wendy, good morning. Chris, thank you for the super chat, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Ben Shaw, thank you. Ben Shaw, if you have a coin with more history, I will happily look at it and give you a rundown. Happily. Or if you want me to just look at short term on ENA, I'll happily do that. Just let me know if you're looking for like very short term. Wish I had Damien back then. Yeah, Damien's great, guys. If you don't have Damien, you're really missing out. If you're just joining us, I have an open $500 challenge. If anybody can find an indicator that does better on the here's Bitcoin 6 hour. If you can do better, send it to me and I will send you $500 and I will go buy the indicator. Can you do better than this? 6 hour Bitcoin. And these are big moves, guys. Even this move right here. That's over 4%. If you traded with just a $1,000 account on 30x leverage and you did a 4% move, pays you $1,200. Find me an indicator, and if you can't do better than this yourself, then go over to AnthonyLeeRaw.com right now and get your Damien indicator right there. Lifetime access. Just trying to help you guys out. You saw someone else doing TA on alts without factoring in market cap? Yeah, you can't do it. You can do it, but the only way to do it, if you're doing it on the macro scale. Now again, if I want to do TA on what's going to happen in the next 4 hours, you're cool. But the only way on the macro scale you could do it on altcoins is if all the tokens are in circulation and no tokens have been unlocked since the previous whenever you're doing TA from. Like Fetch has 2.3 billion coins. That's the max. So if I'm looking next cycle at Fetch TA, I don't have to look at market cap anymore because it will not have added any more coins. That's the only way you can do that. How am I calculating that exactly? So that's a great question for those of you that want to do this. And if you're not doing this on your coin, then you have no business investing, in my opinion. But you come over to the market cap chart of your coin. And to find a market cap, you would just type in, a lot of times you can just type in the ticker, but crypto cap colon, is that a colon, and then your ticker, crypto cap FET, and it's going to give you the market cap, and you pull it up. Now what I want to do is throw a Fibonacci on my market cap, okay, just like that, and it's going to give me these levels, and you can turn on whatever fibs you want, and then you're going to take whatever level you want, 382, golden pocket, 786, whatever. And you're going to divide that by circulating supply. So for example, the 0.5 here for Fetch is at 2.81 billion, right? And Fetch has 2.3 billion coins in circulation, right? So you're going to divide the two. It's a good question. So I'm going to take 2.8 divided by 2.3. So market cap divided by circulating supply, that's going to give me $1.21. And then I'm going to go back to my chart. I've already done it. But I'm going to mark that out, $1.21. And you can see I've already done it. I rounded up. I got it marked at $1.22. But that's how you do that. And if you didn't do that, let me turn these off. Note the 0.5 on market cap is coming in at $1.22. Let me turn those off. But if I were to just throw a fib on from price high to price low, the 0.5 is coming in at $1.80. That is a big difference, and that is not correct. Because at price high, you only had 750 million coins compared to 2.3 billion now. So this is not correct. WorldCoin, I show WorldCoin all the time. It is a great example of that. And I know Fetch didn't unlock that many coins, but that doesn't matter. The point is, it's a great example. I don't know if I can get the, this might be a bad example actually. It's a good example, but I don't think that TradingView has the market cap of WorldCoin. The complete market cap. It does not. But anyway, WorldCoin's a good example. This, I can throw in tokenomics so you can see. I've done all the homework here because I used to own a shit ton of WorldCoin. So right up here at the high, market cap high, 12 bucks, you had a 1.8, let's call it a $2 billion market cap, okay? At 11 bucks. Well, here at $2.20, not $12, $2.20, you had a market cap of $4.5 billion. More than double, 2.5 times more money in this coin at the time, but you were 80% less. 80% less. So on market cap, you would have had a breakout, not a retrace, a breakout. But if you were to throw this at the time, a fib on from price high to this low before you came to 220, you didn't even do a 382 retrace. You didn't even do a 236 retrace. You didn't even make the 236, right? But you actually were twice as bullish. But if you would have thrown a fib on your market cap, you could have looked for that. But you can't. That's why fib doesn't work on altcoins on the macro scale if you have token unlocks. It doesn't work. And that's how people get wrecked. Go ask Cardano people. Go ask Cardano people. That's how they got wrecked. What are you talking about, Cardano? Go ask HBAR people. Let me show you HBAR. HBAR is a great example. Everybody's been calling. I can't tell you how long they've been calling for $1 from HBAR. It's never going to happen. This is it. You need to look at this stuff with your coins. HBAR at price all-time high up here at 58 cents, right at 60 cents, had 9.5 billion coins in circulation. Okay? Let's look at last cycle. This was a $5.5 billion market cap, okay? Last cycle, you had a $15 billion market cap, which is triple the market cap. But your circulating supply, you did a 4X on your circulating supply, so you didn't even break high. Didn't even break high, right? So if we were to fib this, I'm sure it's some fib level, but if we were to fib this, that is not correct, because you go over to your market cap chart and you actually set a higher high. So people calling for new highs on HBAR because HBAR is so bullish. They're the U.S. government and blah, 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 banks, blah, blah, blah. They were correct. They were correct. They were absolutely correct. It was massively bullish. Massively bullish. But where they misled you guys was they didn't tell you that you 4x'd your supply. So everybody waiting for that breakout to new all-time highs, you didn't get it. And we call those people round trippers. They're either sold for a loss or they're round tripping their bag. And guess what, HBAR people? You're going to be at 50 billion coins next cycle, so you're continuing to add to it. You're never going to get there, even if you break market cap all-time high. You've got to look at your tokenomics, guys. You got to do it. It's so important. Thank you, West Coast. LT likes the wrecked influencer callouts. Yeah, Jane and I talked about that yesterday. I'm only going to start calling out people who I think are intentionally misleading people. The fraudsters, like that Martini guy, like that scam artist Martini guy. That guy is a total clown, guys. He is absolutely 100%, in my opinion, somebody's going to go tell him, fraudulating you people, scamming you people. I've proved it. I called him out. I did this years ago. I showed screenshots. I called him out on Twitter years ago. When he posted you guys, I can't find it right now, but it's in a video. He posted a picture of a house, like a mansion, multi-million-dollar mansion. Talked about he hasn't been putting out videos because he bought a house and he's been moving. Well, I just did a quick search of that house, fact check. And that house was for sale for like $20 million somewhere, some other country. And I went and commented. I said, well, here's the real estate listing. How have you been moving into this house that you bought? But he wanted you to think he's this high stakes roller, this big old trader, multi-million-dollar trades. And he responded and said, oh, I didn't post a picture of my actual house. That would be dumb of me to do that. And then he deleted the whole thing and blocked me. Like, well, you sure didn't say all that when you were posting a picture of this house with this whole big spiel of making people think you bought this big mansion. He's full of shit. And we showed one of his trades and how he's full of shit and how he's lying. I broke all this down. I'm going to call out people like that. Because he's not just inexperienced. He's legit scamming you. And there's a big difference. If you want a meme coin, which would you prefer to buy? I don't. I don't know anything about meme coins. I couldn't tell you one meme coin. I'll tell you, if I were to probably buy a meme coin, though, you talk about a coin that literally is completely useless. The guy that created this turbo coin literally created it and told like AI, create me a coin that does absolutely nothing just to see if people will buy it. That is literally what he did. And this damn coin, you got to give him credit. Completely useless, does nothing. Pumped 23,000%. Go figure. Go figure. That just goes to show. People always talk, gosh, it drives me crazy. People talk about fundamentals and technology this, and you just don't understand, bro. Chainlink is this. Like, I don't give a shit. Turbo shows me that none of that matters. People will buy what people will buy, and when there's liquidity built up, liquidity will move the market. I don't know, dude. If I were, I would never buy this coin. I don't know, but if you put a gun to my head, it's really the only one I know of. I'd probably buy Turbo. But I wouldn't. So I don't know. Ghoul, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Dude, I saw you posted in Discord this morning, I think. I didn't see, there is no Damien signal firing off today on the 24-hour daily, so I'm not sure. I think Brad was talking, or John, one of them was talking with you about it. Jasmine? I just did a Jasmine video, brother. Did you see that? I just did it. Come on over to the channel if you didn't. Jasmine video. I just did it like 5 days ago, man. All right, let's jump back into one more thing I want to show you. We talked about all the bottom stuff, why the bottom's in. Look at one more thing I forgot to show you. I'm going to show this on the Ethereum chart. I don't own Ethereum. I don't care. I'm not trying to shill Ethereum. Ethereum just has the most history. I guess I could have shown it on Bitcoin. Whatever. I'm looking at Ethereum on the weekly time frame. Oh my gosh. I'll turn Damien off, but look at this, guys. Can you beat it? You can't beat it. If you don't have this indicator, what are you doing with your life? Anyway, we have it confirmed. I did give this signal. When we got it. I gave this on a video. I posted this for somebody yesterday too. They were asking about Ethereum, and I said, well, I gave this signal, this weekly signal, and it played out 25%. Let's look at the monthly. Here's some more altcoin hope for you guys. Damien on the monthly for Ethereum has a confirmed monthly buy signal. You've only ever gotten it 3 times in the past ever. Bottom, bottom, bottom. And this is confirmed, guys. But that's not what excites me the most. That does excite me. Stablecoin dominance excites me the most. But look at this. PMI is down below. PMI is not an indicator. That is a economic data report, okay? Every time we've gotten above 55 on this, has been massive, massive alt season, right? Get above 55 right there. And right there. Last cycle, everybody talks about how it was no alt season, underperformance. You never got above 55 on PMI. Okay? We just crossed 55 this month. I think it was August 3rd, August 5th with the PMI report. What you want to see, this comes out the first week. I think it's the first Monday of each month. I think it's the first Monday. You want to see PMI hold above 55. It doesn't always take off immediately. Look, when you got it here this last time, it took it 2 months. So what the market needed to see was this, oops, sorry about that. The market wanted to see it hold above 55. And once it held, boom, big, massive move up, guys. I think we need to see this hold above 55 one more month, guys. All the signals are in, all the Damien signals are in. We've discussed all the reason the bottom's in for Bitcoin. This looks good, guys. This is so encouraging. A lot of people are fixing it wrong-footed. And I guarantee you, if ETH is at 1,800 bucks, most people, you will be right here. You will take out these highs right here at about 2,500 bucks before most people will say the bottom is in. That's dumb, guys. That's dumb. Those are breakout traders, and people like that miss 60% of the move. If ETH was going to all-time high and you caught the bottom when Damien gave you the signal, if it's going to just all-time high, that's a 220% rally. But if you waited till these people at 2,500 bucks tell you that, you're only getting 100%. Don't listen to the herd, guys. Look at the charts. Look at the data. Okay, guys, let's see. Let's do a giveaway. Let's give away 500 bucks. Let's get some dramatic music on here. Can you guys hear that? Do we have the dramatic music going? We've almost got 1,500 subs on the channel, guys. We're right at 1,400, I think. We're about to give away $500. When we get to 1,500, I'm going to give away $1,500. And I'm going to do 2 giveaways on one stream. One for 1,000 and one for 500. Okay? Hopefully we'll be there in a week or so, week or two. Send your friends. Tell them to come to the no nonsense, no BS. I know that we don't sugarcoat things. I don't know how to sugarcoat. I lack soft skills. I skipped sensitivity training, but I'm going to keep it real with you. Okay, Wheel of Destiny time for the VIP Raw crew members. If you want to get in the VIP, come on over, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Get in the VIP Discord. This trade that's ticking at the bottom that we're up 4,200 or 7,200 bucks on, I gave to you yesterday. Come get in the Discord. Come trade with us, guys. All right. The Wheel of Destiny, guys. Get everybody loaded up here. Let's see who our winner is. Ridge Walker. Congratulations, bro. Ridge Walker. DM me. I don't think you've won before. Ridge Walker's been in our Discord for a while. When did you join, bro? I don't even know if you're on here. Ridge Walker has been on our Discord since December. Good job, bro. Ridge Walker. Anyway, DM me your USDT wallet. I will send you 500 USDT today. Congrats, man. All right, any more alts you guys want me to look at? Oh, shoot. Hang on. My text, my chat is just now updating. Ghoul, you got Damien Pro yesterday. Good job, bro. And Clearpool. Clearpool's a beast, man. I'm telling you guys. I don't own Clearpool. Listen to me. Because people always accuse me when I talk good about coins. Oh, you're just shilling it. I don't give a shit what you buy. I own INJ and Fetch. So if I talk good about something else, it's because it looks good. Don't get mad at people for telling you a coin looks good, especially when they show you legit data and market cap to back it up. You're welcome, Chris. Yeah, Ben Shaw, ENA may have been in the 2024 bull run, but you don't know. No, first of all, no. It was released in the bull run. You didn't have a previous bear market. You have to have both, bro. You have to have both. Otherwise, you don't... Look. Let me show you, because I want you to understand this. First of all, you released April of 2020, like right in the middle, like the end of a bull run. I mean, Fetch topped in March. This was released in April, so who knows? But let's compare to Fetch. I'm going to compare it to a couple things. I want to put on a triple chart here. I want you guys to understand this and put on a triple chart if you guys aren't sure about something. And what's a really crappy coin? Somebody tell me a crappy coin. ICP is a shitty coin. All right. Look at the difference here, Ben Shaw. You need to understand this, okay? So everybody needs to understand this. In my opinion, and coins can do whatever they want to do. So you're released in a bull run here, right? But you don't have a bear market. And notice on Fetch, you got a bear market and a bull run. On ICP, you got a bear market and a bull run. We're just talking about last cycle. That's all you need, okay? But look at the difference. Look at the difference, okay? Fetch, I'm able to, and I'm not connecting lines. That's not what this is about. I'm showing, matter of fact, somebody's going to call me out on that. No, fine. Look, we have higher highs and higher lows, so I have macro bullish market structure, okay? Are you paying attention? Now look on ICP, I have taken out this bear market low, so I have macro bearish market structure, okay? Do you see what I'm talking about? See, I have higher highs and higher lows on fetch. I have lower lows and lower highs, right? Macro bearish. You don't have that here because you don't know what was your ENA, was your bear market low before. Was it here or was it here? Are you bullish or are you bearish? You can't tell that because you don't have a full previous cycle. And if you want to invest in something like that, more power to you. I just don't. Therefore, I cannot tell you, like on fetch, I can tell you I'm expecting a breakout. You've had 3 cycles, higher high in each one, so you should expect another. It doesn't mean you're going to get it and you need to watch. You shouldn't expect it. I think I said expect. You should look for it, but be prepared for less. Whereas here on ICP, I expect less because that's what you're getting. Each time you're getting less and less, right? You don't have a clue on ENA what to even expect. So you're going to have to just watch it like a hawk, and you can't prepare. And you can prepare and not get. Like I can prepare on fetch and not get my levels, but at least psychologically I could be prepared. You just don't have it, bro. And that's, again, you do you. There's no way I would invest in something like this. And it may be fantastic. I mean, this coin may go to $1 million a coin, but it's going to go to $1 million a coin without Anthony Lee. I've just been doing this so long that I'm not comfortable investing in something that doesn't have macro history. Charles Shaw, what's up, bro? There you go. Cuba says ENA has so much inflation since previous all-time high. He must be talking about tokens, unlocks, dilution. Let's see. You can look that stuff up too, guys. Supply. No, it's ENA. There you go. Guys, this is awful. This is awful, bro. All you're doing is adding coins to your... This is terrible. Well, let's look at your all-time high. You see, you got to research this stuff, Ben Shaw. Look at your all-time high, as you call it, bull market high. Look how many coins you had in the market, man. Look how many coins you had. 1.5 billion coins. Now look, you have 10 billion coins now. You guys got to look at stuff like this. You've added 600%. 600% to your supply. Now, can you still do something? Sure you can, but it is a massive, massive uphill battle. So to reach your price all-time high again, you have to do 600% more. That is not likely to happen. It can happen. It's happened before, but it is so rare, it's not even funny. Like, even if this coin is bullish, if you do twice as much as you did in market cap last cycle, twice as much, your price is only going to do that. Because you've gone from 1.5 billion to 10 billion coins. It's going to look like WorldCoin. The drama. I'm telling you, that Martini guy's a scammer. He's a fraudster. I would love to run into that guy sometime. Pyth Network. What's up, Rake? Rakesh? Sorry, bro. I'm not trying to be rude. Rakesh? Is that correct? Sorry. Same thing on Pyth. You don't have enough history. There's nothing I can do on this. You don't have enough history. I want to see a previous bear market low. If you were just here a minute ago, again, you don't know if you're in bullish structure or if you're in bear. You just don't know. Let's see if you've got unlocks causing this. Same thing, bro. You're just unlocking a ton of coins. You had a 1.5 billion down here. You have 8 billion now. You've added almost 5x to your supply. So to come back here, you have to do 5 times more market cap. You have to have 5 times more money come in to this coin than was right there. If you just do the same amount of market cap as you had right there, you're going to be 80% less. If you just do the same amount, you're going to come to 21 cents. That's if you do the same amount. You're going to come right there. Because you've 5x'd your circulating supply. It is a massive uphill battle. And in my opinion, it is a massive uphill battle on a coin that has not proven itself because you don't have history. There's no chance I would touch this coin. That's just me, though. I'm not saying it can't do it. It's just a fight that I don't want to fight when there's so many coins that are not 5x'ing their supply. Yeah, that's right, bro. Charles said it best. Utility matters not. Speculation matters. Speculation. It's what people believe. It doesn't really matter what's actually there. Chainlink may have the greatest technology ever, but nobody cares. People don't believe it. ICP, same thing. Maybe the greatest ever. But look at the chart. Nobody cares. Turbo, perfect example. The single most useless coin I've ever even thought about knowing. Does nothing. The creator literally said, I'm going to create a coin that does nothing to see if people will buy it. 23,000% gainer. Utility, technology, all that crap doesn't matter. Sure, it may matter on a couple coins, but people will buy what people will buy. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to look at? How's our trade looking? We're up about $40 or $7,400 now. I'm not going to T any more P. I'm totally cool if I get stopped out with a $3,600 profit. I'm okay if I give back $3,800. Totally okay with that. I was literally hoping to make $500. I think we take out these relatively equal lows, so I'm not interested in touching this because I know most likely if we take this first one, which we're coming up on now, that we're probably fixing to absolutely rip through these. I would look to TP or close there. I certainly would TP pretty heavily here. I still have $200,000 left open on this trade. All right, guys. Well, if we don't have anything else, get on over AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Get your indicator. Join the VIP crew. Ridgewalker, send me your USDT. You're probably not on the stream. And that's okay. I told you guys yesterday you did not have to be on stream today. I will DM you. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. It's been a good stream. This is what we're looking for. The low is in for Bitcoin. Some of your altcoins are fixing to take a bath. But get ready. This is it, in my opinion. One other GRT. I'll look at GRT real quick, and then we're going to go. I'm hungry, man. It was leg day. I got to go eat. The graph. Looks like death. This is another coin I would never touch. For me, and you have to decide this, okay? Here's your previous bear market low. You have taken this bear market low out by, I don't even have to look at market cap, I don't care. Because you've taken this bear market low out by 75%. You've created a massive macro downtrend. You got a high, you got a lower high, now you got a low, lower low. You're in a massive downtrend. You're most likely just going to do something like this. And I keep going back to it, but I don't care. You just want, in my opinion, I want something that looks like this. Like Fetch AI. Just look at the difference, though. From cycle to cycle. Higher highs, higher lows. I just don't want something that looks like this. Can you pull off a miracle and do that? Yeah, sure you can. It just doesn't happen very often. Like 99% of the time, it doesn't happen. So this is not something that I want. I want something, and I don't care if it's fetch. I want something that looks like that. Look at INJ. There's lots of coins. There's lots of coins. But INJ is another one. I want something that looks like that because I can expect that. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but there's a far greater chance I get that than the graph gets that. It's dying off, just like ICP. And it doesn't matter the technology. I want you guys to understand this too. I'm not trying to be rude, but do you really think you're smarter or I'm smarter than institutions and hedge funds and major whale investors, people that have billions of dollars that they invest? Do you think that you or I are smarter? Do you think that we know something they don't know? Guys, are you sitting in your mom's living room and think you're in the loop on something? That you saw a tweet from somebody and you know, do you think, and I am being smart, but think about it. Those people, those whale investors, if anybody is going to be inside the loop and know something 3 steps ahead of the game, they're going to know it. And when they know it, they invest. What they don't do is let things die off like this. That means whatever you think you know, they already know, and they don't care. They don't believe it. For whatever reason, they don't believe it. This is how you read what they're doing, right? Like here, they're not allowing this to come anywhere near the bear market low. That means they believe something about this. This is not people like you and I propping this up. Yeah, we help a little. But this is showing that they believe in this project and they're not going to let it die off. Because when you flip this, a lot of algorithms flip, and a lot of people do auto buys these days, and they won't invest in something with a macro bear structure. They're not going to allow that on a coin that they believe has potential. This also means that people who invested wherever they may have invested, big investors, they're not willing to sell. They believe in the potential of this coin. They're not willing to sell. The investors in this coin, where they invested, they're selling faster than they, you know, I can't even think of a good expression. They don't care. They don't care. This looks exactly like ICP. It looks like VeChain. They look terrible. And I'm not trying to be rude to you guys. I'm just trying to say, when you see something like this, that should be a red flag that investors are leaving this coin. They're not coming back. The writing is on the wall. You don't know something special. That Martini guy, whatever he told you is bullshit. Do not listen. If you're macro invest, now you can trade this. You want to trade this for the rest of the week? Cool. And if you are investing in this, just taper your expectations. Expect to continue this. Taper it. And if you're cool with that, all good. Ben Shaw, thank you for the super chat. Sui, I'll look at Sui because you super chatted me. By the way, I do have Sui videos out, but I'll look at it. But go on over and check out the Sui videos. I think people are going to get wrecked on Sui. Absolutely wrecked. I'm actually a little... let me pull it up. I'll show you. And I know people are like, bro, you just don't understand. Sui is the greatest. It might be. I don't care. All right, so here's what you get. What, in my opinion, and I certainly could be wrong. Okay? Sui... I'm actually, this is a good example here. I'm actually I'm bullish on Sui, but I think you're going to get, not you, but I think people are going to get wrecked, but I'm bullish on Sui, okay? Sui at all-time high, $5.36. You got a $16 billion market cap, okay? Bear market, blah, 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 blah. By next cycle, Sui is going to have, depending on when we top, right? Do we top in 2027, 2028? Because they're doing token unlocks. So it could vary a little depending on when the top is, okay? Let me put that out there. But you've already almost doubled your circulating supply. Let me pull it up. When was your top? January of 25. All right, so you're adding to your supply and you're going to continue to add to it. If this thing goes out to 2028, I think it was, there's going to be about 6 billion coins in circulation, which is double what you had here. Double. Now, a lot of coins do a lot worse, but that's a lot. That means you have to double your market cap to get back to that high, and I just don't think you're going to do it. I am bullish. Up here, you had a $16 billion market cap. I predict Sui to a $25 billion market cap, and people are going to think that means new all-time high, but it doesn't because you're adding so many coins. That's only going to give you a $3.42 Sui, and that is my prediction. $25 billion, which is way more than you had up here, but you're unlocking a lot more coins. So from current bear market low, that's only about a 6x. And of course, you could come lower. I just think people are going to get wrecked here because they're not taking into account token unlocks. You're doubling. So that means to return to $5, you've got to do about a $32 billion market cap. It can be done. But it's a tall order. I would just say, I mean, but the problem is, even if you did return to all-time high here, you're still only getting about a 7x. And in my opinion, there's so many coins that'll do so much better. So I'm bullish on Sui by market cap. I am not bullish on Sui by price. Okay, brother. More Marcus. I got to go too, man. I love you guys. The Lord loves you guys. We will see you next time.